Welcome to the MBU Football Coaches Show. My name is Guy Dan. I'm here with Coach B. Coach, I got to tell you, it's got to be really exciting because this coming Saturday is homecoming. It's finally here. We got 2 games left, and I was wondering if you could, kind of tell us a little bit about not only is it homecoming, but also senior night, and what does this mean to the seniors?
Well, obviously, it's a big week for them, it's, definitely a little bit strange just how late it is in the
Yeah.
year, but we just the way the schedule fell and, it's not a great idea. We've done it before, but not a great idea to bring in, number 3 Benedictine as your homecoming game, and, so here we are, homecoming and senior day. It'll be a lot of excitement. It'll be a great crowd, I have no doubt, because homecoming around here is always a lot of fun and really special, and then we tie that in with senior day, which as we all know, it's a special day for them. It's a special day for, I think, the entire team to get a chance to thank them.
Yeah.
Obviously, we have one more game on the road, but it'll be a lot of fun and looking forward to it. It'll be a 5 o'clock kick and a night game under the lights, so it'll be a great atmosphere.
It's going to be a great atmosphere. This whole week, while you were obviously dealing with halftime instructions to your team, I had the privilege and opportunity to talk to our vice president of student development with John Hessel, going through all the activities that are going on. There's a lot, so you definitely want to, Spartan fans, check out what's going on. You can just go to whether the athletics or the Spartan website, because there's a lot going on this week. So with that, the Spartans enter now this week at 2-6 and 1-3 in the heart after definitely a tough battle loss against Baker here last Saturday. And senior running back Lionel Banks continues back-to-back weeks with some strong, hard running. I mean, smash mouth football, as he had 129 yards and a touchdown, which means now he's had back-to-back weeks at 100 yards. But he's one career touchdown away from tying Chris Baldwin for the all-time lead. And, of course, hopefully either by that game or the game after, he could be the all-time leader in touchdowns scored. So with that, and of course, we also had Jacob Jones adding another 131 yards and hooking up with Gavin Claude for another touchdown reception. So kind of speak to the play of Lionel Banks recently. What's going on there? Because that guy's been nothing short of a bruiser.
Yeah, no, Lionel, can't say enough about him. I mean, he's just, exactly what you look for, and at one point in that game, it was 4th quarter, and I think we had 10 points on the board as before our last touchdown, and Lionel was just continuing to run hard, and, I don't wanna take anything away from the offensive line because we're bruised up. Yeah, I mean, we have 4, um, guys that have started at some point during the season out for the season.
Yeah.
So, with, what Coach Hightower's been dealt, which Coach Heck's been dealt, but those guys just fought. The receivers blocked their, butts off for him, and at one time I brought the team over and I said, "I want you guys to look at what leadership looks like and what it means to be a captain," because the score didn't matter. It was about fighting for not only his own personal pride, but for the team and for those that got around him. And it wasn't about the score. It wasn't about whether we were going to win or lose that game. It was that the ball's being snapped and I'm going to go do my job to the best of my ability, regardless. And that's what we have to do. That's what we keep challenging these guys to do. And I wanted them to see it because it was such a great example of exactly what we look for, not only in a leader, but just in somebody that wants to be a part of this football team.
Well, agreed. I know that we talked about it on the broadcast, particularly in the fourth quarter. Like, he's just running like it's the first quarter. Yeah. There's no slowing down. There's no slowing down on our offense. And certainly that was pretty impressive. Defensively, the Spartans were led once again by Evan DeWilde, who recorded 15 tackles and continues to lead the team with 75 total stops on the season. Also, Kennerby and Brady Davis and Jaden Rowling each added to the pass rushes. All three are now timed for the team lead at 2.5 sacks. Kind of talk to us about what's going on with the Willie, though, because he's playing at a very high level.
Yeah, I know we just keep mentioning his name and deservedly so. It just goes back to how much this dude puts into it. He watches a ton of film, pays attention in the meetings. He made a lot of mistakes on Saturday, but every single time that we came over and kind of went through, hey, this is what we need to do to get this fixed, he goes out and does it. It's somebody that just, again, kind of like what we talked about, Lionel has a tremendous amount of pride in his own work, tremendous amount of love for his teammates and this program and what he wants to go do out there. And it shows. It shows in how he plays on Saturday, but I can guarantee you that both of those guys, and there's a long list. You hit on it: Canner By, Justin Len, Nick Stepney, a whole list of guys um, that they put it in Monday through Friday, and it's no surprise when they go out and perform at a high level on Saturday.
Absolutely. So with that, coaches, now we look ahead to Central Methodist. They're 2-7, 2-3 in the heart. They're looking to stamp a 4-game losing streak. And what have you seen from them on film thus far?
Well, again, we're early into the film process, but they're not much different than us. I think, you look at them top to bottom, and the thing that I've seen early on is they're a team that, kind of like us, they just don't take advantage of plays that are there.
Right.
At a high enough level. I think we were actually just in a staff meeting discussing that, where some of the plays that we're seeing on film a week ago against Baker, against Benedictine, against William Penn, those plays are made.
Right.
And, we're watching these other teams make mistakes, but they're not taking advantage of it, just like we're not taking advantage of those things at a high enough level either. I think that's the biggest difference between teams that have a really good record and teams that are kind of like us, just scratching and clawing to get those wins. Is the operating level has to be at a higher percentage.
Right.
The margin of victory and margin of loss in this league, even though the scores in our case have been a little bit lopsided at times, it's a very thin margin. And, like, any of these teams can go compete on any given week. It's a tough league. It's a very competitive league, and there's no doubt they're going to want to come in. As they look at their last two games, they have us and Missouri Valley.
Right.
We have Central Methodist and William Woods. So, for both of us, we're looking at this as a way of, hey, let's salvage what we can and go 2-0 and finish 4-6. And they're saying the same thing to go 4-7. So, definitely not where either one of us, Coach Brown or myself, or in either program wants to be, but it's that opportunity, and we've got to go out and then execute at a high level, play for each other, and then ultimately it's, put on a show for homecoming here on our home field.
So just so people or Spartan fans get an understanding, talk to us about, how you address the seniors. Because I know that's always been near and dear to your heart, especially those that have been here, 3 or 4 years. And kind of talk to us about, when you talk to them during the week, and certainly, they're going to be honored, during the game. Kind of walk us through that process, because I know you spend a lot of time and having those one-on-ones with those seniors, because I know they mean a lot to you.
Yes, they do. I mean, this is always an emotional week for me, because these are guys that, for many of them, well, all of them we've recruited, right? And there's a good number of them that have been 4-year guys for us. Cale Bunner is a guy that hasn't been a 4-year guy, but he's been here 3 years. And these are young men that you kind of take on that parent side of things in a way, because you have seen how much they've grown and how much they've just evolved and become the young men that they are now. Um, it's a moment of pride, I think, for me, for our entire staff, to just get them to this point.
Right.
The next thing where I take a tremendous amount of pride is when they walk across the stage in May. But it's an opportunity for us to just really thank them publicly for all the work, because it's not easy. We bring in a large class every year, and these are some of the few that have made it through
Right.
all 4 years. And, I want to take special mention of guys like Caleb Davis and Isaiah Jones, our running back,
Right.
because those are guys who've stuck with it, and they haven't gotten a lot of time on the field. There's not a lot of people that know Caleb Davis and Isaiah Jones' name, but I can look at those guys, and, those are two guys that I have as much respect for as I do in a Lionel, a Shane Becker, and
Right.
Gavin Claude, because it's actually been harder for them.
Right.
They haven't gotten the notoriety. They haven't gotten the playing time. They've been on scout team a lot.
Right.
And those guys are what make our program, and they are equally as important and special to all of us. But it's an emotional week. It's a great opportunity for them to get honored. And then, I think my message ultimately is they have to go and enjoy it.
Right.
don't worry about this is my last whatever. Don't worry about it's my last home game. Just go and enjoy it.
Yeah.
It'll be over before you know it. You can go back and look at it then, but
Yeah.
just enjoy it. Enjoy being out on the field. Enjoy the fans celebrating them. And the ultimate way to thank them is to go out and get a win and let them walk off victorious for the last time.
Absolutely. So, Coach, we're going to see you this Saturday at 5 o'clock as we host Central Methodist for the senior nights, as well as homecoming kickoff, as you said, is set for 5 o'clock. And, Coach, I got to tell you, I can just say this from all the years that you've had senior nights. I just know and appreciate so much the amount of love and care that you have for our seniors. I mean, for everyone, but especially on that specific night. Yeah. Because you can see it. I look in your eyes and I can see the relationships you've had through those years. As also some of us do too, and get to know the players. In my case, I get to have some of them in class. Yeah, so it's kind of teary-eyed for me as well.
Oh yeah, no, they're special guys. We care about all of them, but
Yeah.
like the freshmen, you were just getting to know them, right?
Yeah.
And we talk about all the time, like, hey, you got to go prove yourself.
Right.
We don't know what freshmen are going to be here this year and maybe gone in a month or 2 months, whenever the semester ends, because of whatever reason. But these are guys who have invested 4 to 5 years
Yep.
with us. You develop a very close relationship with them. Brady Davis, Shane Becker, all these guys. Brady is a guy who got his opportunity at Grandview when Jeremiah Austin broke his hand, and we weren't sure what we were going to have out of Brady. And that dude has just busted his butt and never came off the field since. Just earned his job every day. And there's so many of those stories. I wish, I know at times we do, but I always wish that the outside public gets to meet the guys and be with them, because that's why I coach. Yes, the wins and losses, man, I take them hard. And I know our entire staff does. I know our team does. But what I love about coaching is those individual relationships, and ultimately watching them grow and develop and eventually walking across the stage. It's just an unbelievable feeling to just be a small part of that. And, all hats off go to those guys.
Absolutely. So, Spartan fans, please be here in person this Saturday at 5 o'clock again for senior night as well as homecoming here at Missouri Baptist University. We want to thank you again for watching it here on the Spartan Digital Network.